Hi Gemini, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your September 2021 love reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interests. Once we get through all that, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot. On the right side, we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. Also, keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side. We have the 9 of Coins, Virgo energy. 5 of Staves, Leo energy. And 10 of Coins, more Virgo energy. So it's interesting to see the 9 of Coins, which is usually a very single independent energy, and then the 10 of Coins, which represents a lot of stability, but in the middle of that, there's that 5 of Staves, right? So I could just be saying that maybe there was a bit of an argument between the two of you around possibly making it into a more stable commitment. For you guys, since Virgo is your 4th house of home and family, there might have even been some discussions around moving in together, but I feel like whatever the reason, it looks like you guys weren't on the same page with that. So maybe you were the one who wanted to move that ahead a little bit more quickly, or the other way around. But definitely looks like there might have been some conflict there, but it looks like it might have moved toward that stability anyway. All right. Past energy on their side, we have the Ace of Chalices. So this is the Ace of Cups energy. At the very least, it looks like there was definitely interest on their part. Probably some romantic feelings towards you, but I will say, seeing this as the energy on their side, usually I view the aces as more of a thought versus action. So for some of you, this could be saying that you guys might have been the ones who were actually hoping to move the connection forward a little bit more quickly than they were. But it looks like they definitely did have a genuine interest in the connection. All right, present position on your side, we have the 4 of Staves. So this is Aries energy here, and definitely, I mean, it looks like a bit of a wedding ceremony type vibe there, right? But definitely points to a pretty stable energy as well, similar to what we saw at the 10 of Pentacles. But with more passion this time, so maybe you guys kind of got out of the whole, logistics phase and actually incorporated more passion into the connection, or at least you will be in the present. All right, present energy on their side, we have the 5 of Wands. So you guys had that in the past. We see it in the present for them now. The Ace of Pentacles and the Knave of Wands. So interesting. This month, it seems like this is the second time I'm seeing this, and this card for this month is coming up to me as a situation where they might suspect that there's another party involved, because I see it as that guy's kind of reaching for the sword there, which represents communication. But I feel like they might not actually come out and say it, so there could be a little bit of doubt on their part. Now, for some of you, maybe this is a new connection, but I highly doubt it. It seems like this is just maybe something that they're suspicious of, and that might have even been what the fight was about in the past. If you guys were in that 9 of Pentacles energy, maybe they were assuming that you had other people involved. But with that 10 of Pentacles underneath, it feels like that wasn't the case. So this could just be the residual effect of that conflict. But with the Ace of Pentacles, I do see that there's a desire on their part, again, to establish something a little more stable. So, I mean, still at the Ace level, right? Just like we saw at the Ace of Chalices, but at least moving to the Pentacles energy now, it represents a bit more stability, concrete action. And then we see the Knave of Wands. So speaking of action, that's the Page of Wands, but looks like they might actually come forward and take action toward moving the connection forward with you guys. So that's what I see there. And of course, with the fire energy we've seen in the past on your side, it's possible you're dealing with Leo too. Just wanted to mention that. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Ace of Arrows. So usually this comes along as epiphanies, sudden insights. I do have to say, at the time I'm recording this, we haven't had that second full moon in Aquarius yet, but it could point to that for you guys, which is, that's your 9th house, and it's going to be pretty close to Jupiter, so there's definitely a chance you could get some insights around that time, possibly how you want to move forward with this connection. All right. And future energy on their side, we have Temperance. So this is Sagittarius energy here, which is your opposite sign. So yeah, I mean, a lot of fire energy involved here, but seeing this could just be saying that they do want to restore that balance between the two of you. So maybe there was some kind of disconnect, right, on if there was another party involved or not, or do you want to be in a stable commitment or not, right? With this energy here, it looks like they will be trying to restore the balance within the connection. They might even invite you out for a couple of drinks, right? If we just look at the artwork there to try to smooth things over. So yeah, I mean that could have just been what that fight was about, possibly, where maybe they suspected you had someone else involved. Doesn't look like you did from what we're seeing here, but that could have been what the conflict was really about. But yeah, hopefully that resonates with you guys. And then bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Prince of Staves. So this is actually a Sagittarius energy here, and that's your opposite sign, of course. So could just be saying that that's what you're moving toward, right? Trying to establish a more secure connection. Now his back is turned to the cards on his side, so it could point to again with someone else, but it seems pretty unlikely because that would be a really fast-moving connection to go from that past to this being a whole new connection. But yeah, a lot of you could just be saying that you're actually going to put that effort toward building a more stable connection. And beneath that, we see the Six of Arrows too, so it could just represent moving to calmer waters, restoring stability within the connection. So a pretty good sign there. And the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Sun. So again, more fiery energy here, and definitely a bright, optimistic viewpoint on the connection too. So I will say, definitely looks like they do want that stability between the two of you as well. They definitely probably view it as a highly romantic connection. Could be a lot of physical attraction between the two of you as well. But yeah, with all those fruits there, that makes you think of like the fertility, the growth potential with the connection. So looks like they're viewing it pretty positively. And underneath that, we do see the wheel as well. So another pretty positive energy there. That's Jupiter energy. So yeah, I mean overall it's pretty solid, but we'll see what the oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see if we get anything from the Aqua Moonlight deck here. And I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording, but here I'm going to be looking for jumpers. I'll be looking for unspoken messages from you to them and from them to you. If I shuffle for a bit without anything coming up, I'll move on to the next deck, but occasionally we get extra messages here. So we'll see if we get anything. All right, nothing coming up, but I'll give it a few more shuffles. All right, got one there, and now we'll see if we get any from them to you. And that one doesn't want to go back, so let's see what we got on your side first. Okay, we have Don't Go. It says, don't give up on me yet. I'm scared to lose you. So, I mean, I'm not really seeing, well, maybe in that past energy with that Five of Wands, maybe you guys, especially if it looks like they were suspicious of something, given that we see the Five of Wands on their side in the present. So there definitely could have been some conflict between the two of you, but overall it does look pretty positive moving forward anyway. So hopefully that resonated them. And on their side we have Clingy. So it says, feeling trapped pushes me away. Please give me some space. So yeah, interesting because that takes me back to what I was feeling for some of you in the past position, which was like I was saying, maybe you guys were the ones who wanted to move it ahead a little bit faster than they did. Because like we said with the Nine of Coins, the Ten of Coins, and in between that Five of Wands being conflict, it looks like you guys might have wanted to move it ahead a little bit further than they did, a little bit more quickly than they did, I should say. And The reason I felt that was because we only see the ace there, so it definitely represents that interest, but maybe they felt like you were moving ahead a little bit quicker than they would have liked. And, we do see a lot of fire energy on their side, so hopefully that resonated with you guys. And lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here, and same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck as well, but here we're just looking for one card with general advice to wrap up with. Alright, so nothing's coming up, so what I'll do is I'll put the deck down and we'll pull a card. So just give me a few seconds to tune in and we'll pull one. Okay. We have Deep Knowing. There's the artwork, and the number is 43. Alright, so let's see what we got. Alright, it says intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy, hypersensitivity. The oracle's message. Intuition is the faculty that allows us to enter into a dialogue with Source, the consciousness that you are a part of but cannot see with the naked eye. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural capacity to navigate their journeys, to access their inner guidance. Know that you have an ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you to open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available in the limitations of human experience. You're given information that may make no sense whatsoever to the logical mind or five senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and then to act accordingly. You're now invited into the sacred dialogue of deep knowing, so tune in and trust your vibes. They will be right. Ask and you will receive answers from unusual sources. So interesting message there. I mean, primarily reading that made me think of, if anything, that Ace of Arrows energy that we do see in a future position. And like I said, even though that is in a future position for September reading, and the full moon we're about to have in Aquarius is technically still in the Leo season, I still feel like that could be a significant time for you guys as far as getting some insights around a situation. So keep an eye out for that. All right, the relationship message says there are occasions when you just know deep in your heart and soul that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path and suddenly, out of the blue, you're connected at a level impossible to describe. That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly onto your soul. Someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey, so pay attention. Two hearts are calling to each other to begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition about the person you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. So a few things came to mind as I was reading that. For one, the deep knowing made me think of what I was saying there, where it looks like you guys were just moving ahead a lot faster than they were. So it could have been one of those things where you just felt it as a deeper connection before they did. And possibly that's still the case now, to be fair. But what also stood out to me was toward the end of that, where it mentioned the alchemical process. In some decks, the temperance card is actually referred to as alchemy too. So uh, even if they're still not quite to the level of intensity that you are, it looks like there's definitely interest on their part. And to be fair, for some of you, maybe that's even what that Ace of Arrows is about, where even you might realize that you might have been going a little bit too fast and you pace yourselves a little bit more too. But yeah, overall, definitely looks like there's potential for this connection. So we'll wrap up there, guys, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.